Don't call me nigga. What it? Don't call me what it? Nigga. Don't call me nigga. What it?
Hello, my viewers. It's me again from Metro Airwaves. I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm gonna start out with one of a couple stories. First of all, I'm sure that y'all have heard. I mean, this is kind of this will be dated, I guess, before too long. But of course, I'm sure that y'all heard about the verdict of Eric Garner in New York City that was murdered by the police for just selling unlicensed cigarettes. I'm not going to get to that controversy, because it's getting to the point now that it's been a lot of blacks, well, not just blacks, there's been whites and stuff too, but the blacks killings have stood out more because even though a lot of times, I can't remember that last case they just had, but where there are police shootings, and even if the shootings are justified, the majority of the time, us as black people, we look at it is because of years and years and years of police abuse. I mean, me myself, I've been jumped on by the police it was about 15, 20 years ago over by the Dayton Mall. Some police, I guess somebody jumped out of a car and said that's one of them, and the police, I was trying to explain to him I was just out here at this store called Rex. I mean, that they're all closed up in Dayton now, but it was a store called Rex, and they sold electronics. And I just bought a Walkman, so you can imagine about how long ago that was. But the police, he told me to shut up, and he slapped me in my face. Put my hands on the car and slammed my head, on the hood of the car. Come to find out, the guys who actually did rob this dude, I guess he worked in a restaurant or whatever, they were running down the street. So the police, you don't be turning around and this and that and this and that. But something like that could have easily been turned ugly. And because his one partner did have his hand on his, his gun, I guess they expected me to do something. So, I mean, us as black people, the majority of us have ran into problems with the police. I mean, or we've known somebody, intimately that has had problems with the police. I mean, I understand they're out there, they got a hard job to do, and they're under a lot of stress and stuff. But like I say, if you can't deal with the stress, there's plenty of other career choices you can make. So that's my little 2 cents. But no, what the point I was trying to make is, even if something like that is justified, the reason a lot of us as black folks get angry is because of problems that have arise, because there has been abuse by the police. I mean, it's been going on since the dawn of time. I mean, from actually the police is actually back in like the 1800, early 1900s, just right there, just flat out just beating blacks and killing them right there on the spot and getting away with it till to the 60s. Like a lot of Black Panther parties. I mean, the Black Panther Party, and not just them, but I've read a book how the police they would just coming to these suspected Black Panther guys and coming to their houses at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and take them somewhere and beat them up, or kill them. And like this teenage boy and this other Panther, they were in vans, and this was in Los Angeles, and he told the boy, to strip down to your drawers to show the police that you didn't have no weapons, so they both stripped down to their drawers, and they still got shot probably something like 70-something times, and of course nothing happened to the police. So, I mean, when things like this happen, the only people that you can blame for that is the police, and the police in the past, and that's why we see all this stuff as as being like racial and all that. I mean, it is scary. I mean, like people use black on black crime. Okay, yeah, I understand that blacks are killing each other and all kinds of stuff like that. But the thing is, the one black that's killing the other one is not wearing a badge, is not hired by the state and the government to protect us. I mean, that's no excuse. I mean, it's still, black on black and, killing each other and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's still there's no excuse, but I mean, you have to look at it like, I mean, they're not well, they're not black people, they're niggers. The one nigger that shot and killed the other guy is not, they're not sanctioned by the government and all that kind of stuff. So that's my little spiel, but that's not what I was gonna make this video about. I'm gonna tell you a little story about when I was growing up. Once upon a time, it was like me, my brother, a friend of ours named a real close friend of ours named Wesley, and a couple other neighborhood kids. Our mothers would like give us little allowances and stuff like that. So we would take our little allowances and we would go to this store. It was called Elder Bierman. Elder Bierman was like a big department store. A lot of them are closed down around here now, but there's still a few of them left, and they're pretty good stores, So we would go to the toy department, and we would go in there, and then in the toy department we would buy like little guns, because this was like in the early 70s and all this kind of stuff. I mean, these were little cheesy looking pistols, cap pistols. We put the caps in there, you could shoot them, and all that kind of stuff. So what we would do is get these little cheesy little plastic guns and all this kind of stuff. And the thing was, these guns, I mean, you could tell they were toys and stuff, and we never worried about having to get blasted by the police or somebody see us with them. So we would run around, chase each other, and blast, like cops and robbers or whatever, and have a good time and cheesy. So it would, the gun, have a little fun and stuff. So the sad thing happened. Something sad happened along the way. I'm not sure exactly what it was, or or maybe it's a part of the change in times or whatever. But our children and our grandchildren of the same kids of that ran around and played with toy guns, seemed to just gravitate to the negativity and stuff like I'll blame stuff like BET and these rappers, and our lax attitudes and stuff in the black community and all this kind of stuff, and thinking that learning and getting educated is being white and all this kind of nonsense, and using proper English when a situation arises that is being white and all that kind of stuff. So they decided to get guns, and then they started shooting each other without thinking about the end results. So now children, that playing with cap guns and stuff that stuff is over. And the scary thing is I went to a store one time, because I draw, and I do like comic. I'm working on graphic novels and stuff like that, and I get pictures and things like that, different objects that I use to draw in these and in the comic books and stuff like that. So I went to the store. I mean, I'm not stupid, so I knew that they wouldn't have those cheesy little things except like in the dollar store and stuff like that. But the surprising thing was that I picked up some of these cat pistols. Now you tell me which ones you think are, think this is real or not. Now this is one of the toys that are the guns that I picked up at the toy store. It looks like a .45 automatic. It has a safety. I mean, it's in detail, except the only difference is somebody who's trained that know guns, they would recognize that this was a toy by this advanced thing right here. You see how it's shaped? And I don't know if you can see this really good, but how small the barrel is right there. I don't know if you can see that well too or not. But from a distance, something like this could get a person killed. And also, can you tell me if this is real or not? This is also a toy. Again, you can. Now this one is more hard to tell that it's a toy. The only way you can really tell is somebody who's trained with guns, is by the barrel. It's kind of hard to see, but the barrel is really small, and it doesn't have an advance, but you can't tell that. But otherwise, it's it looks authentic. I had another one. It was just like this. Looks more like either a 9 or this could be like a 9mm or maybe a .45 automatic. It looks more like a 9mm. I had another one. Now this one was plastic, and you could pull. It had a magazine that you could pull out, and it had realistic advance, and then you put it in there. And these are all shoot BBs. I do have a pistols. I have 45 automatic. I have 2 of them, and I keep them locked up and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to pull them out for this example because I mean there's no reason to. And I also have my CCW. But this is one thing that should go out to the parents, because I had one of my children, one of my sons. He had bought this one when he was a teenager, and after I beat his ass, I took it from him. And seeing as parents, we need to really watch out for stuff like this, because there are a lot of children. Some child just got shot that was 12 years old. Now he got shot by the police for carrying these. So I mean, I just brought this to your attention. I mean, it's been in the news a lot lately that a lot of these realistic these things are really realistic, and a lot of people are getting shot over them. So I mean, why let our children be easier targets? I mean, with things like this, I mean, I don't believe that you should stop making them, because adults can get these shoot BBs and stuff like this. But you should be aware of what your children are doing, especially when it comes to stuff like this, and the situation we're living in, where especially black boys are pretty much have targets on them. Like the guy that got shot that was in his truck. And I'm not gonna go through all that, but all I say is, as us being especially black men, I mean, this goes for pretty much, I mean, almost, it could go pretty much for anybody, but right now there's been a lot of blacks getting wiped out. I mean, just look out and be careful what you do. I mean, they say the police is out there to help you, well, maybe some of them are, but you just gotta be careful, and and just be careful. That's all I can say. I mean, there's nothing more to say. But okay, well, that's it for Metro Airway. I was going off on a tangent and all that kind of stuff, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and I had made a promise to make that Santa Claus and God video, but I just haven't got around to it yet. I'm gonna do it probably this weekend or something like that. So it'll be funny, so for the 30-something people that watched my one video. So altogether I should have a little over maybe 100, maybe a little over 100 views, I mean all together. So that's funny. It's like all together for the videos I made. I got about 10 videos. But okay, I'll see you next time, and hopefully the next video I'll be making be that Santa and God video. It's gonna be hilarious because I got some good ideas, and plus me and my brother, we're talking about doing videos, a video together. So hey, que sera, sera. All right, catch you next time.
Don't call me nigga. Don't call me why.